So here we are, Professor Zeem here, Sean Sweet. So, we doing this real late, two real night owls, two real vampires, always up in the late, 1 a.m.
Yeah, Sean was drinking his baby formula, put him to sleep.
Smell like Similac, like Stephen A says. So we are here to react to the DMX versus Snoop Dogg battle. We'll be doing random stuff here and there to, keep content flowing on the page. Zeem, initial thoughts.
Oh, man, I just thought it was a great performance by both artists. Honestly, the energy was there. Yo, was that a real live studio or was that like that BET Awards virtual background?
No, that's a studio.
Wow, that thing was elite. Like, it looked like master music is made there, but dope studio, dope setup. I love the fact that I'm trying to think if any other artists, actually no, Alicia Keys, John Legend, Fab and Jada, them two, just being in the same room. Beanie Man and who did Beanie Man go against? Bounty Killer. Just that energy of the artists is just vibing off each other, appreciating each other's music, talking to each other, reciting each other, seeing Snoop was just a whole vibe all night. And like I told you guys before, I was just happy DMX was sober. He looked bad, too many. He looked like he ate Boomer, like how big he was looking. But I loved his vibe and energy as well. And they just gave it to us, man. And once again, that's like, there's legends, man. There's like levels, and those guys at their peak or pinnacle of hip hop. So my initial thoughts was like, wow, this is dope. Because I really grew up on both of them. All the words I could recite word for word. Once you hear it, it's just like riding a bike. You just don't forget. So, yeah, that's my original thought. How you felt, first time just clicking in and seeing it?
Man, yo, Snoop, like, all right, they're both like mega stars. And I was 13 years old for the DMX run. 98, I was 13. I remember the run. Like, the run was crazy. From the first to third album, you squeeze the Rough Rider album in between there, the first one, like, just crazy, man. Just crazy. But Snoop is almost like he's on like the Mount Rushmore of rap. Like, you have, how in like the NBA you have like Kareem, Jordan, LeBron, Bill Russell, a couple other guys. Like, he's in that class, like that, like for like hip hop. Like, it's like Dog, Jay, maybe a few others, but there's not that many more. Pac, Biggie,
And I think with Snoop, he just crosses genres, hits all, like, he's global. You know what I mean? Like, some of the tracks he played tonight, I'm like, man, you could be anywhere and play this song and just feel a vibe, feel the energy. And that's what I loved about Snoop.
My mom is 65 and loves Snoop.
Right.
Yo, I was at my parents' house eating dinner last weekend, and they were asking me about this battle, and I just played. I started playing the Chronic album in Doggy Style, and they know those songs.
Right. He just crosses over.
Yeah, and then on the flip side, my dad, he coached for years and years. So when he first started coaching us, that's when DMX first came out. So that 1-2-1-1 full court press, he coached DMX. Crazy, bro.
That's nuts. But yeah, like it was just good. And like I said, Snoop, he is the most energetic person I ever seen high. Like, you know what I mean? He's high as hell, but you would, other people be stuck on stupid mode. This guy is up and down, flowing, not giving a damn. So it was just like a beautiful situation, man.
Bro, he's smoking a different kind of weed than we ever did. Like, he's smoking like that indica perfect, weed that costs, $10,000 for like, for like a gram. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we could go song for song.
All right, let's do it.
Give our final opinion.
You wrote it down? You wrote it down?
Yeah. So
you're a good man.
Track number 1, Snoop Dogg deep cover versus DMX's intro from his first album, It's Dark and Hell Is Hot.
Oof. All right, so I'm gonna keep it a buck, and you could say my East Coast bias. I gotta give it to DMX round 1. That deep cover is a classic. I think that was for a movie as well, but I think it fit the narrative of what's going on now with the whole, F12 and all that. I don't know, but I just round 1, I'm going DMX.
So round 1 is an easy win for Snoop because what a lot of people don't realize is that when that song first came out, it was Dr. Dre after he had broken away from Eazy-E and NWA. That was the first song in Death Row Records history, and it was a banger.
It was a banger, but it just, for me personally, I gotta go 1-0. So keep track over there. So you got one.
I'm saying Snoop on number 1. All right, so number 1, I'm saying Snoop. You saying DMX.
That's why I put on the Expression shirt today. Throw up the X.
Shout out to the X. Shout out to the mom, man. Listen, them are my guys, bro. You don't even know. Number 2 is Snoop Dogg. Who am I? DMX. What's my name?
X again.
Now I think you're getting a little biased.
I am. No, trust me. Snoop is gone. He flushes about 6 in a row for me, but right now I'm just going off when I'm hearing it. And I think, I was at my son's baseball game listening to it. Me and they were both sharing AirPods watching it. So just energy-wise, I gotta, I gotta like, sheesh.
All right, so
I'm gonna stick to my guns. X right there, round 2.
So round 3 is Gin and Juice versus Where My Dog's At.
Yeah, I gotta go Gin and Juice. That's Snoop Dogg all day. Gin and Juice really, like, you can go on a cruise and listen to that. You can you're in Australia, you just hear that vibe, and you may not know the lyrics of what he's saying, but you know that that's a historical classic hip hop song. You can't even touch that. So X, he put up a good fight. I'm not gonna say X.
Yeah, I think he should have saved Where My Dog's At for another round.
Right. Now with Gin and Juice.
If he was trying to win, I don't think they were trying to win. Like.
Right.
Number 4 was Dre Day versus some X shit, which was the outro for the first Rough Riders album.
Yeah, I'm going on some Dre shit. That was classic
legendary.
flow. Yeah, that's a classic flow from Snoop on that. When that beat dropped as well. X, to me, he just gave up a round.
Yeah, I don't know why he played that song.
Yeah, that threw me off. But yeah, he just gave up a round.
So round 5 was 2 of America's Most Wanted versus Stop Being Greedy.
Oh my gosh. See, listen, I understand the significance in that back and forth with Pac and Snoop on there is just classic. And Stop Being Greedy. What is that?
But for you prefer Stop Being Greedy.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I understand the historical significance of that. Like I don't know if rappers did that before, like, in the sense of back and forth flow like that. But that has to be one of the originators of that style, and it was effortlessly. So I understand if the masses think they gave that to Snoop. I definitely understand. For me, Stop Being Greedy. So I understand that round going to Snoop.
Cause Stop Being Greedy, like that's like us, like that's our era when we first started.
Right.
Like 2 of America's Most Wanted, like that's just like when Pop got out of jail, Snoop had just his murder case. That'd be like if you put Drake and Kendrick on the track in like 2016.
Right. No, I definitely understand. I really want to say it's a tie, but just for the purpose of what we're doing, I won't ride the fence. Pause.
Okay. So number 6 is the first controversial one for me. Down for My Snoop Dogg versus Money Cash Hoes DMX.
So
Hoes.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I gotta go with Snoop Dogg, man, because growing up, and it's not a real positive thing to say, but I got in so many fights for Down for My Ends, man, and like when you're with your boys and that come on, the camaraderie that just happens in a whip, or passing the L, or passing the Henny bottle, whatever. Like, it's just in that moment, whoever you're with is your end right then and there, and it's just a dope feeling. So I got to give that to Snoop Dogg.
All right, listen. So right now, as it stands, let me do my scoring system. So right, you got 3 for DMX and 3 for Snoop. I got 5 for Snoop, 1 for DMX.
Oof, you got a landslide over there. But I think it squeezes in a little bit when we get a little further.
Yeah, I think so too. Number 7 is Snoop Dogg, Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None. DMX Back in One Piece.
I gotta give it to Snoop. Just that class, that line right there. It ain't no fun unless that right there just wins you the round. He performed it well. X threw away another round, in my opinion. Dope track, but it was a classic vibe, and it was dope how it seems like all Snoop videos or songs had the little pictures in the background. Like,
yeah, that was his studio.
Oh, okay. That's why I was just like, man, it was on point with that. So it was a whole vibe. I don't know if you remember the visual that was going on. So I'm giving that to Snoop. Who are you giving it to?
Oh, Snoop all day. That's one of the best.
Oh, okay.
That Doggy Style album, bro, is like arguably, like we was talking in the chat, it's a top 3 or 5 album of all time.
All time.
Probably the best debut rap album ever. So number 8 was Snoop Dogg, Bitch Please versus X Gonna Give It To You.
Nah, X Gonna Give It To You. It's no hands down for me. That's just one of X's top 5 records. It's a pillar, and the energy on that, party goers. It was just like, it's just an anthem. So I thought Snoop Dogg threw up a nice little soft bone for DMX on that one.
I don't like X Gonna Give It To You. DMX, like, after DMX's first 2, maybe 3 albums, I'm kind of cool on DMX. But for the sake of, I know that's just a bigger song, I'm gonna give it to DMX.
Good. At least he being logical here.
Number 9, G's and the Hustlers versus Who We Be. This is a tie because both these songs kind of like
they're mids. Both of those songs is mids to me. So yeah, you can give me a tie on that one. That round didn't do anything for me to keep it a buck.
10 was the Shiznit versus DMX Get It On The Floor.
Nah, get it on the floor. Get it on the floor, Slizzy. Get it on the floor. Get it on the floor. Nah. I don't care what no one says out there. That was a definitely dub for DMX. Honestly, well, I'll say my thoughts afterwards. What I really thought this whole versus thing was, but go ahead.
The Shiznit is a better song, but I know that during that time, like, that was a big record because I feel like when I DJ'd, I did play that record. Not at prime time, but I did play it. But
I'm gonna lie. I was reading the because I had to even I remembered it, but it wasn't nothing that hit home for me. And I was even reading the timeline. People was like, "Oh, I never heard this song. I really don't really know this song." So it was a throwaway for Snoop, in my opinion. But maybe that's like a West Coast banger that I really wasn't aware of.
That's off his first album, and that's a banger. Like, every song on Snoop's first album is a banger, but not like yeah. So number 11 was Effin' With D versus Lay Low.
I'm going Lay Low. Effin' With D, classic album cut from X. You know what I mean? I can't dispute it. It's a banger, but Snoop Dogg got that round for sure.
Yeah. Lay Low is just too smooth.
Yeah. Snoop, and it's funny because while I was saying the songs, I paused because I'm thinking what Snoop was doing. That's what I really memorized. And then X was performing too. I got to give it to X too. Heavy set guy now.
Stamina.
Yeah, exactly.
So then number 12 was What These Bitches Want From Her. Is beautiful.
That was listen, no offense to Beautiful, great trip song, vacation song. I even love how he got in his pocket of speaking what Pharrell was talking to him about and how to, you know, push him to a whole nother level. But what these, like, that is, like, your mama's mama know that word for word. Your name was sung, mentioned in Beautiful is just a hook, like, you know what I mean? And a vibe, and the music video brought it to it. But what these, like, come on, man.
I think that Beautiful might be Snoop Dogg's biggest hit. That might, Snoop, like, Beautiful might be one of the biggest. See, now that's why it's so tough, because Beautiful is probably one of the biggest songs of that era. Like, talking about, like, club-wise, video-wise, radio-wise. That, I think the main difference between the two songs is that song is more, I'm going to use the SAT word, I know you're going to call me egghead, is more palatable.
Yeah, I understand that.
Play that song anyway. In the video, oh, man.
Right. I'm going with, like,
banger.
It's a dope song, but what these bitches want from an end is just, like, something that every man understood, especially that first verse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a pillar in a man life right there. So I'm voting, I understand if you want to go Beautiful. So what are you going with officially?
I'm going with Beautiful because it was a tough round. It was that was a good round.
It was a tough round. Yeah, it was.
So then number 13 was How's It Going Down versus Pump Pump. Now let me just say this: Pump Pump record 25 years ago that nobody can right now.
Right.
And How's
It Going Down is just, you already know, man. That's one of the most gangsterest lady songs ever put out there, and DMX flowed on that effortlessly. That's another smooth track.
That song was so good.
Yeah.
I want to say it's arguably his best song. It's in the top 3.
Yeah, exactly. In that pocket, How's It Going Down? I'm sorry, like, Snoop's taking the L on that one.
All right, number 14 is It's All Good, It's All Right.
Right.
Versus Bitches Ain't Shit But Hoes and Tricks.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to give that to Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? Like, and then not for nothing, even, X had to give it to him. Like, when he said, when I get mad at my fiance or BMs or whatever, like, he had to keep it right. He had to keep it real on that one. And once again, another just classic line that, despite the song, is just indulge in the hip hop community.
The misogyny was dripping.
Right. That song won't be able to get off in 2020, but when it was out there, that's what the world was at that time. And it was. So I give Snoop a point that round.
Now this is another tough round, round 15. DMX Slippin' versus Snoop Dogg, Murder Was the Case.
Yeah, damn. That was like, and not for nothing, like DMX closed his eyes when he performed it. And then that's when he had a little classic gem in this, when he goes, new artists stop right in your pain or write your pain or whatever that quote was. I thought that was dope. Man, Murder Was the Case that he gave. I think just a better song is Slipping.
Okay.
Like a moment in hip hop history and culture was the Murder at the Case. Like, that was something that historically with the trial and what he was spitting. Listen, I gotta ride the fence. Pause. I'm going tie. I'm going tie.
I'm going sorry.
Yeah, it's a tie. It's a tie for me, man.
Murder was like, for me, Slippin's a dope record, and like you can get into your emotions. Like, all right, cool. Like, but Murder Was the Case. A few things. One, the video.
Yeah.
2, he was actually on trial for murder.
Right.
3, well, the crazy part about him being on trial for murder is that it went to the jury.
Right.
And
like he had a potentially of not panning out what we seen today. Yeah.
Exactly. And when he was doing it, when he was in the midst of the case, he performed at the MTV Awards with the choir in the background. At the mic, he's like, I'm innocent.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a pillar in hip hop culture. It was a moment. I can't deny it. I just can't say the song itself is a banger. Like it's like one of his even top 15 songs. But I understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like Slipping or Falling, I Can't Get Up. Like that's what I meant. Just a better quality song. But I'm going to go with a tie. I'm taking the easy way out on that one.
That 16, it's done Star or something versus Doggy Dog World.
Nah, Doggy Dog World. That's self-explanatory. I got to give that to Snoop. X put up a good fight. That's a track that he should have played. X
wasted that.
He did waste that. Yeah, they could have won another round with that. But in that particular round, and he was leading off, so obviously it's tough to tell what Snoop's gonna come back with that. And Snoop came with a banger classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is round 17. 4, 3, 2 versus Snoop. I love it. 4, 3, 2, 1 for me.
Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's an easy one.
So that's K and J. Number 18, Money, Power, Respect versus the PIMP remix.
Woo! The reason why I'm gonna give Snoop Dogg this round, is like Money, Power, Respect is a hip hop classic. But if I'm being fair, the same thing I was doing with Jadakiss, like, you know, the group effort and whatever the case may be was a verse where Snoop Dogg was a huge contributor to that PIMP and the remix and what was going down. And that was one of 50 Cent's bigger records. The video was superb. Like, and me personally, just the vibe I was going off of, I mess with that PIMP. So I'm giving that round to Snoop. Close, but I'm going to Snoop.
I'm going to agree with you for those same reasons, but Money, Power, Respect, listen.
Yeah. It's nothing, you can't say nothing wrong or bad about it. Like, even come back from the baseball game, I played it, and even Sheik Luke bodied it first round going. It was just like they all just flowed on it. And then you got to wait to X. He got the last verse, and it just, you know what I mean? I don't know, but now I'm going with Snoop on that round.
Okay, so round number 19 is Rough Riders Anthem versus Nothing But a G Thing.
Listen, Rough Riders Anthem is just classic. Like, there's nothing you can do. The remix, like, you know, Nothing But a G Thing, classic record too. I'm not even trying to poo-poo that. But Rough Rider Anthem is a song that's gonna go 20 years from now. And then when you drop the remix, my doors go, your doors go. And like it's just a whole nother level. So yeah, I'm giving that round to X.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Snoop, and I'm gonna tell you why. Nothing But a G Thing might be the best rap song ever, I think.
I can't dispute that.
Tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because one, it introduced, like, it basically, like, so Deep Cover was like the introduction. Nothing But a G Thing took Snoop to the next level. Cause at this point, Dre's a megastar from NWA.
NWA, yep.
But it's like in that 1, 2, 3, and 7.
To the fault. Snoop Dogg it. Yeah. I can't dispute that. This is the reason why I'm going with Rough Riders. Is just because when you think of that, that was the launching point for Eve, Swiss Beats, Dragon, the Locks just joined on. It was just like Rough Riders had a 3-year run where they dominated, and that was their core anthem for the tour.
I'm gonna push back on you. That launched Snoop Dogg and Death Row Records.
No, but we just discussed Deep Cover was the first track off Death Row.
Yeah, just like how Deep Cover was the first, it was technically the first track, But like there was other songs before. There was other Rough Riders songs out before Rough Riders Anthem.
Yeah, but that was the one that put him on a whole nother
And
level.
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying.
Like this is when the double R. People was walking around with the double R. And I know the West Coast, you know, that was, you know, Snoop contributed to that, but he wasn't the pillar of that. When the double R's came out, when the gold, you know.
Well, he did write the song and perform it.
Yeah, he did. But you know, he said that too. That was a little shot at Dre too. I'm like, damn. Dre lied.
I just think that
that's what Jada did with Diddy too.
I mean, that's such a debatable one. I think a lot of age, like Rough Riders Anthem. You know what I'm saying?
So because I do agree, like that 1, 2, 3 into the 4, Snoop Dogg, that Dre is that your dough, right there to make an entrance so bad. Like, oh my God, that's a classic. Nah, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going with Rough Riders Anthem. And I know I may be wrong, but I'm gonna stick there.
It's just good. It's just good dialogue.
That's
last track. Wait, let me pull it up. It was dun, 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 DMX Party Up versus Snoop Drop It Like It's Hot.
Ooh, Party Up, man. Nah, listen. I know I'm sounding biased, but I enjoyed Drop It Like It's Hot. See, when Drop It Like It's Hot got played one time at a club, I got jumped. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just had bad memories with Drop It Like It's Hot. I got jumped in a party and all hell broke loose. Partied Up when I was in Barry's nightclub, you know what I mean? Like shaking my ass, winning the Hot 106 dance contest. That was one of the songs that was up there. Pause on the, shaking my ass. I just mean a two-step dance and whatever. But I understand that Drop It Like It's Hot. No, Party. Woo, Up in Here. I remember that was #1 for weeks on TRL. Like, I came to pool like it wasn't a huge track. I would have to Google the numbers and stuff like that to see numbers-wise, but I'm going to go with Snoop, Drop It Like It's Hot. I think Snoop, that's another track that is more palatable, you know what I'm saying, and cross more genres. Drop It Like It's Hot when that dropped. And that Pharrell beat, he murdered that beat. Like, that's when Pharrell was getting his recognition, but he was in his pocket for a while when him and Timbo was, deemed the go-to clutch producers to get a hit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go Drop It Like It's Hot.
All right, so I'm going to go Drop It Like It's Hot, too. So right now, you have it. Here's your scorecard. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, excuse me. 8, 9 for Snoop and 9 for DMX and 2 ties. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for. You got 9 for Snoop. So you have a tie. So
it was a close battle.
Right now, I got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 for Snoop. I got 1 tie, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for DMX.
Yo, there was one more round I think we're missing because Snoop did play Next Episode for his last track.
I think he just mixed it in.
Oh, okay. Well, he would have won that round. Next Episode, whatever X would have played. Next Episode is a classic. But the thought I was thinking about earlier, I'm listening to all these tracks and I'm just like, yo, Swiss Beats and Dr. Dre are hip-hop producer legends. Like, the quality of the beats and the sound I was hearing, I'm like, these songs could still go off today. Let's say if it was just presented as a new track, you know what I'm saying? Or a new beat or a new sound. And it just made me think, like, overall music is getting worse these days. You know what I mean? Like, we just got a lot of gimmicky type stuff. Obviously not from our premier rappers like the Drake, the J. Cole's, the K. Dots. I'm just talking there is a lot of just filler type music out there. And obviously, I'm assuming early 90s, there was a lot of filler artists and, you know, early 2000s, but you can tell quality. And back in the day, the music just had quality. It just had long lasting. I love the fact that we had that conversation the other day about, can artists put together another 20 like these artists that we've been seeing lately in these verses? And it's going to be difficult because, yes, they're producing a lot of music, and the way the streaming game is, they can generate a lot of numbers, so it looks big. But I don't think a lot of these songs are going to age well that we're accustomed to and enjoying right now.
Nah, that's valid. I've been saying that for years. Y'all call me a hater. Like I think that like there's certain artists, like you have to let it breathe and like give it time. Like there's artists that I think maybe like the cutoff point might be like Amigos, where they could probably give you like a strong 20, especially if you add in all their features and stuff like that. But like we're still waiting on like the Little Baby, the Baby, the A Boogie, the who else? I mean, a lot of guys burn out quick.
Right. But that's what I'm really like, so you know, I freaking love Little Baby. Like, he's my it guy right now. I'm trying to think of a track that he has right now that will age well 30 years like a gin and juice, like nothing but a G thing. Like I can't think. I can't say, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, I hope I'm wrong, but as of right now, he doesn't have that dreams and nightmares. He doesn't have that, you know, what you know, It's Gonna Be All Right by Kendrick Lamar. He doesn't have a Drake, Started From the Bottom. Like, these are songs that I know if I hear 25 years from now, I'll be like, whoa, like, remember this? Like, and he has to have time to get there, you know what I'm saying? But even the Baby, even A Boogie, like, I'm really, really trying to think. And I hope I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? I could just be
like,
in the moment.
I really do think that like Travis Scott and the Migos are like that cutoff.
Yeah.
They're like that cutoff. Like, all right, now you have guys like, what's the incentive to make a dope album?
Right.
Like, people are like so afraid to like critique because you don't want to be, oh, you're a hater, you're a hater, you're a hater.
Yeah. But I'm noticing like those classic hip hop magazines, like that, you know, the Double XLs when it was something, the Source when it was something, they turned into podcasts and comment sections. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is now. And then now, you're right, if you verbally say it, you are a huge hater. But back in the day, they used to have columns where they critiqued your album, and people used to get heated. And people, what's the magazine that did the 5 gold plaques? Like, you know, is it the Source? Was it the Double XL?
Source did the 5 mics.
The 5 mics, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So people used to get heated. What, 2.5 mics? That's it? Like, it used to be a thing. So now the game's just different. And like I said, how you monetize your music is just different now, and with YouTube. So I get times are changing, man. But listening tonight, I was like, man, this was moments. This was a time. And not for nothing, whether you have your scorecard, this is another example of why hip hop culture is just different. It's really levels. Like it's unmatched. You can't touch it. And it's just superior talent. And Snoop Dogg is on, to me, the Mount. He's not in my personal top 5, but I understand when they say he's on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop. You know what I mean? He is there, and I can't even argue that. You know what I'm saying? At all.
Yeah. Remember that Glasses Malone interview?
The what? Oh, Glasses Malone. Yeah. Yep.
So it was interesting because he was saying that Snoop Dogg was the biggest star in hip hop from like 93 to like 95, 96. More so than Tupac, which I don't know if I fully agree with. I think that when, I mean, because I was so young, but just like looking back and reading up on it, and he was a megastar, bro. He was like biggest. Like, I remember Biggie Smalls saying, like, you know, sitting in my crib dreaming about Lear jets and coops, the way Salt shoots and how to sell records like Snoop.
Yeah. I think what Tupac had over him, he had a little bit more of the mainstream with the movies. You know what I'm saying? The acting. So that's what it made, like, visually it looked like he was doing more. He was the bigger artist, but music-wise, Snoop was on another level. Sure, I remember the time when he signed with No Limit. You would think like Tom Brady's getting signed to the Buccaneers, like how that big of a deal that was, and just switching over record labels and the signing of the tank chains and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was dope to see, man. Tonight was dope.
Listen, man, we won tonight. Yo, honestly, as you know, but I don't know. I'm in grad school and I'm in like the thick of my like last 10 days of the summer semester.
Yep.
I'm like writing my papers like, oh, this shit is hard. Like, yo, like, listen, man, I'm a big West Coast fan. I love Dr. Dre's music. I love Snoop Dogg's music. Like, I love Pac's music. And it was dope for me because DMX is a dude that I'm like, these guys like Dre and Snoop, like you grow up like worshiping them, like wanting to be them, wanting to be like, like they like introduced us to like the whole West Coast culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? And DMX, man, people don't understand that DMX was a bigger artist than Jay-Z.
Yeah, way bigger. He way bigger. He had Belly, Romeo Must Die. Like, he had endorsement deals. He was on every cover magazine. He put out 2 platinum albums in 1 year. He put out a great group project as well, two volumes at that. Put on other bigger artists like Eve and Swiss Beats and Dragon. He gave Locks when their career was teetering and revived them. So DMX, obviously, you know, with drugs and mental health issues and, you know, all the baby mama drama and the kids, it just ate up at him. Obviously, there's trouble with the law, but he was that dude for a long, long time. And I think people gonna do their Google and remember how big of an, like, he's in my top 5 rappers of all time. And, you know, I got Fab, Jay-Z, Biggie, Meek Mill, DMX, Cameron, and Rick Ross. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny for me. It is. I'm all over the place, but it is for me, man.
Nah, man, we gotta. I think this week on the podcast, we should save some time to really have like this hip hop discussion. You know what I'm saying? And talk it out. But yeah, man. So
one last point. But do you get what I'm saying? Why the 50 and T.I. thing will never happen? Like, I cannot see 50 in a room like that, even if they're like, all right, we're not gonna be like having that camaraderie like that. That goes against his image of what DMX and Snoop Dogg did, if that makes sense.
I think
especially the people with T.I. that we think he'd be a good battle, and especially Ja Rule. That would never happen.
I don't know.
It would just never happen.
I think it would have had to have been like the right person. Like, it could have been Snoop Dogg. It could have like,
yeah, because they're friends. Yeah.
It would have to be somebody that he really respects. And I think that the difference between 50 Cent and a lot of the dudes in the industry, like a lot of these dudes maybe were street guys, but not to the level that 50 Cent was.
Right.
Like 50 Cent is like the prime example of when you let like a real street dude over the wall into the industry. Where like T.I. would probably sound like, you know, nickel and dime bag weed and doing, you know, doing some of this and some of that. Where 50 was selling crack in like the mid-90s in New York.
Right. He was in the trenches. He was definitely in the trenches.
So 50...
But that's all I was saying. Like, there's no way, not saying he's ducking and dodging.
Yeah.
I know 50's watching this. I'm like, hell no, it would just never happen. Like, that's all I could say about that. Obviously, 50's top 20 can go with anybody in the rap game and put up a fight. I'm just saying he will never, ever do that. So people who's holding their breath for anything of like nature, that's never, ever going to happen.
All right. Yo, I'm going to end this. We're going to do a special, special post tomorrow. Make sure you show us some love. And shout out to DMX, Snoop Dogg, Swiss Beats, and Timberland, man. You already know.
Facts, man. I'm gonna holler at you, bro.
All right, bro.